Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, back to preview some of the reels that have recently come into my shop. Some of them dropped off, some of them sent by mail. And well, we're going to show you what's arrived, some of the projects I'll be working on in the coming days, and which ones will be the subject of YouTube videos. So the first one is actually coming in from Bobby in Tennessee. He sends me quite a few reels every now and then. And we'll take a look at what he has. Well, if you like fishing reel videos, if you like to understand how they're made, how they're serviced, a little bit of the history behind them, how to keep them running for a long time to come, well, then I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you do, please use that notification button. That'll help you to learn when I'm posting a video and, well, which ones you might be interested in finding. Well, here's the first one up. It's an Ocean City 1999, made in Philadelphia. This is a nice reel overall. It has a problem that, well, it happens a lot with these types of fishing reels, and that is that these older plastic buttons either crack or just plain fall off. I just saw a little video about using plastic tubing as replacements. I'm going to see what we might be able to do with that. This one seems to be running okay. The line guide is off of the track. I'm also looking, it appears that this side plate has a little bend to it. Maybe it's been hit. Maybe that's what's caused that. Maybe it's been dropped, and that's what caused it on that side. But I think we'll do a video on this one, and if I can find that video about making a fix for those knobs, we can go do that as well. Well, the second one Bobby sends in is, well, it's a reel in the bag, and I'm not quite sure what we got here. We have a Zebco 2051. Now, those of you that were watching this last video, that I did know that I acquired a couple of Zebco Pro Staff ones. This one kind of looks like the same vein, and well, between the three of them, I should learn about that and maybe even be able to repair that one. Next one up is a Bill Dance reel. This one is a Bill Dance Select from Quantum. It's a 3-ball bearing reel. It's a, well, probably an early 2000s, maybe 2010 reel. I've always found an interest in Bill Dance. Actually, I was working with Jane out in the Midwest, and Jane actually got me a Tennessee cap signed by Bill Dance at one point. I haven't met the gentleman, but Jane has a friendship with him, and it was kind enough to send that to me. This one, I'm not quite sure why, but there's certainly a whole lot of stickiness going on there. We'll see what we can do to get this one going again, give that one a second chance. Bobby, you are sending better reels in. I mean, it's a little bit of a joke between us, but thank you. This one is a South Bend. It's the South Bend Perfectorino. That makes sense. They had a lot of those Castorinos and the like. This one also seems to be well seized up here. Maybe we'll take a try at why fishing reels fail with that. I'm going to think that that is bad grease. I love the old reels, and I'm glad Bobby has sent these in. Here's this. Here we were just talking about the Castorino. Here is the Castorino, another South Bend reel. This one is sticking to the side. That usually means a bent pawl. The worm gear is traveling. The pawl is not. We'll see if we can find a replacement for that. They're getting harder and harder to do that. We have another low-profile bait casting one. I like this one a lot. It's one of the first ones that I've had. This is a Bantam Mag Plus. It's the 250. I still have a couple of these in the shop somewhere. I like the reel a lot. And he's telling me that the spool won't turn. Well, yep, the spool won't turn. We'll see what we can do on that one. Two more in Bobby's pack here. This one is a very old Abu Garcia. You can tell that they're old because they have the 4 screws. Most of the newer ones have the 3 side plate screws and a post. This one is the 5000, made in Sweden. His little note on here doesn't say much about that, but like most of the other ones he has, well, it's kind of frozen there. So I'm not quite sure what the issue is. If I have a chance, I'll try and get around and do a video on this one, although I have a lot of videos on those reels. And then Here's the more modern one, and you can see the difference here. You can see 1, 2, 3 screws and a kind of a pivot point. This is the 5000C. Now this one actually turns, and well, we'll see if we can. Yep, this one seems like it's probably just a basic service. So we got a reel in the bag, which I'm not that hopeful about. We've got a stuck bill dance. We have a classic with some missing knobs. And we have a few others that have issues as well. We'll see what we can do with them. I'd like to give them all a second chance if possible. I know Bobby would like me to give them all a second chance, so there you go. Next one up comes from Christy out in Washington. So we've got Tennessee and Washington today. We've got a good mix here of fishing reels. And I think this one was sent to me directly. It's not from Christy, it's from an eBay seller, I believe, and it's shipped to me. And we have a beautiful 302 Mitchell. I trust the handle is in there. This one seems to work nicely, and I'll be all too happy to recondition that one on its way. I'll find out who sent this to me. I have it in my emails. I just don't recall who sent it, but I do know it came directly from eBay. Okay, moving right along then. If you have a question on any of these reels, if you'd like to see any of these as videos that I don't plan to do as videos, please leave that in the comments section. Also, if you like these types of videos, the previews and all, just hit that like button, and I'll be trying to do those videos for you if I can. Okay, this one is this one's coming from Tennessee again, and this one is a Finor reel, I believe. We have a Finor reel here that has a broken handle, and I told him I would try to find a handle that I could match up to this, because well, it's snapped over here and it's snapped on the shaft, I believe, so it's going to be impossible to put something like this back together again. It's sort of like Humpty Dumpty, but a lot of these types of reels use the 5-sided handle, and hopefully I'll be able to find one that matches up for him. And then the other one is, well, it's kind of becoming a fan favorite around here. It's the Royal Maroon. This one is the 2062, and this one is typical of the condition you may find one of these in a yard sale or a garage sale. It doesn't turn if you try turning the handle. However, if you do rotate the top end, it does. Well, it does a little bit. That's what I'm going to call grease choked. You should be able to solve for that and make that reel go fishing again. That's again from Robert in Tennessee. So 2 from Tennessee, 1 in Washington. Let's see where the next one comes from. Well, the next one comes from Long Beach, New York, not California. Long Beach, New York is out on Long Island, and great fishing out that way. And let's see what we have. This one comes in from Richard. This is a reel and bag project. I believe Richard got started on this one. Got a little stumped. Got some replacement parts for it, and he's asking me to put it back together again. It's a Penn Senator. Looks like the 3.0, and I'll be more than happy to do that for him. A lot of people say, why do you like scrambling the eggs that other people have broken? Well, I don't look at it that way. I encourage everybody to try. Service your own reels. That's what this channel is about, teaching you how to do it yourself. And well, if you get stuck, I'm all too happy to try and help you out with that. Next one up then is a lever drag reel. This is an Okuma reel. It's the Okuma Metalloid. This one was dropped off by Bill. And we have a problem here. It doesn't go in the free spool. These reels should free spool over here. If you notice the handle is turning, means that something is stuck or misaligned, or maybe just not set up properly. I'm looking at there seems to be a little bit of play in this free spool arm here. That might have something to do with it. Could be a misalignment of the preset knob. Something in there is not correct. And I guess like the pandemic, that must be going around because the last one was dropped off by Thomas. This is a Siegler reel. I recently used this one as a reel of the day. It's the Siegler LGN, made in the United States. I believe Siegler is in Virginia. This is a later version. I have an earlier version, and this version is called the Release. And the Release SG reels were made in Virginia, which is why I believe Siegler was there. And Siegler purchased the Release company, and that's, I believe, how they use that as the foundation for the Siegler reels. Well, this one has the same issue. When you come to the side here, which should be free spool, we've got that turning handle again. So we'll probably do the Siegler as a video. We'll try to do the Okuma as well, and if you see any others that were in there that are of interest to you, some of the ones that Bobby has as the older bait casting reels, I'll try and fit those into the plan as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the previews. Again, if you like these, please like the video. If you want to see more of these, subscribe and use the notification button. That's the best way to know when these are getting posted, and you'll get a notification that says that this is up, and you'll be able to view that. To our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for all it is that you do to keep us safe. Your efforts truly are appreciated. To everyone, please stay safe, stay well, have a great time fishing, and a better time fixing and maintaining your reels so that they don't disappoint you when you're out on the water. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.